In Mali, political tensions are escalating sharply. In the past several days, the military-led government has carried out a wave of arrests, targeting not only soldiers including senior generals but also former prime ministers. It's a crackdown that's raising serious questions about the stability of the ruling junta and the country's future. Good evening, you're watching VlogND. I'm Sal Pierre. We begin in the capital, Bamako, where an uneasy calm hangs over the city. Shops and offices remain open, but beneath the surface, the mood is tense. Residents and journalists tell Vlog the arrests have left many on edge and wary of what might come next. Unofficial reports say between 36 and 50 soldiers have been detained since the weekend. Among them, General Abbas Dembele, a respected and battle-hardened officer, known for leading from the front during the 2012 Northern War, and Air Force General Nima Sagara, one of the few high-ranking female officers in the country, and a veteran of the 2013 civil conflict. While the government has offered no official explanation, French and regional media report the soldiers are accused of plotting a coup against the transitional president, General Assimi Goita. Analysts say this marks the first time Mali's military rulers have moved so aggressively against their own ranks on suspicion of internal rebellion. Are those suspicions well-founded? Shout out to our dear subscribers. We wouldn't be here without you. To our non-subscribing friends, your support is as valuable. If you can take a second to hit the subscribe button, that will be fantastic. Since seizing power in back-to-back coups in 2020 and 2021, Goita has positioned himself as the man to restore security in a nation plagued by armed groups linked to Al-Qaeda and ISIL, as well as Tuareg separatists. He severed ties with Mali's former colonial power, France, and brought in Russian fighters from the Wagner Group. The army, alongside its Russian partners, has claimed battlefield gains but also faces allegations of civilian abuses. Behind the front lines, political turbulence has been mounting. Many of those arrested in recent days are reportedly from Mali's National Guard, commanded by Defense Minister General Sadio Kamara, a one-time ally of Goita who is now seen as a potential rival. The rift adds to speculation that the president's control over the armed forces may not be as absolute as it appears. And the arrests haven't stopped with the military. In the political arena, the junta is also sweeping up prominent civilian figures, including two former prime ministers. Just this week, Choguel Kokalla Maiga, who served as prime minister until his dismissal last November, was taken into custody. His lawyer says he's being investigated for corruption and misuse of public property by Mali's National Economic and Financial Unit. But Maiga's defense team insists the charges are politically motivated and points out he has been an outspoken critic of the regime since leaving office. Earlier this month, another former prime minister, Moussa Mara, was jailed after publicly supporting imprisoned critics of the junta. Both arrests are seen by rights groups and opposition voices as part of a deliberate campaign to silence dissent. General Goita's government has tightened its hold on power in other ways. In May, it dissolved all political parties and banned public political meetings. In June, Mali's transitional parliament granted Goita an additional 5-year term renewable without limit despite earlier promises to hand power back to civilians by March 2024. Critics say the move has closed the door on a genuine democratic transition, and the military's recent actions against both its own ranks and political opponents are deepening concerns that Mali is drifting toward a long-term authoritarian rule. At the same time, Mali's security crisis is far from resolved. Armed groups continue to stage deadly attacks in the north, displacing hundreds of thousands of people. Several towns remain under siege, cut off from food, fuel, and medical supplies. And according to Human Rights Watch, both Malian forces and their Russian partners have been accused of executing civilians and carrying out forced disappearances, often targeting members of the Fulani ethnic group on suspicion of supporting insurgents. Mali has also reignited its conflict with Tuareg separatists, tearing up the 2015 peace accords that granted autonomy to the northern region of Kidal. The renewed fighting has forced hundreds to flee across the border into Mauritania. Just last month, the Malian army claimed to have killed 70 so-called terrorists in a raid in the north but offered no details on whether they were insurgents or separatist fighters. Regionally, Mali is repositioning itself. Alongside Burkina Faso and Niger, both also under military rule, it has formed the Alliance of Sahel States, withdrawing from the West African bloc ECOWAS. The alliance has pledged to field a 5,000-strong joint force to combat insurgent groups while moving further away from Western influence. But analysts warn that this regional pivot, combined with the junta's internal crackdowns, could deepen Mali's isolation and leave ordinary Malians paying the price. For now, the streets of Bamako remain calm, but the pressure is building. The arrests of generals, National Guard officers, and former prime ministers signal that the junta's grip is both tightening and under strain. And with Mali's political future increasingly uncertain, one thing is clear: the battles in this country are being fought not just on the front lines, but in the halls of power. Please share your opinion or knowledge in the comments. Is Mali on a good path for security? Will the government win the battle over the separatists and the so-called coup plotters? Thank you for watching this and other reports on VlogND. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share our videos. We appreciate your support so much.